Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back. Hey, Fred Van Vleet declined his player option to go back to the Toronto Raptors. Is he trying to work out a new deal or is he looking for a new home? We gonna talk about it. But you know you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm with my dog, CDubb. How you doing, boy?
I'm feeling great, man. I heard it's a little point guard available. What's the word?
We already expected it, Durna. But hey, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But hey, when we was doing the free agent shopping, we landed on the Toronto Raptors. We broke it down to who was the better option between Gary Trent Jr. and Fred Van Vleet. Some of y'all said Fred Van Vleet. Some of y'all said Gary Trent Jr. And one of the concerns on why we couldn't go after Fred Van Vleet is because we expected him to pick up the option and the Bulls will have to spend some money. Before the question, we do have to mention to bring this guy in, it will cost him some money. My belief is first thing first. You gotta get Lonzo Ball money off the books. What you think about the whole Fred Van Vleet things, man?
Oh, absolutely. We definitely, if he gonna turn down $23 million, it's either one or two things. It wasn't enough, which I sound crazy. I think that's right about where he's valued at, is about 23, or he want to go compete for a championship, or he want to get out of Canada. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, this kid is a Rockford native. That's like 1 hour down the road. Rockford, it looked like the west side of Chicago to me. So I bet you he definitely got a feeling of Chicago. He can relate with us. Last year, Fred Van Vleet averaged 19.7, 19.7 assists, 4 rebounds. Fred Van Vleet is an NBA champion. He won one in 2019 with the Toronto Raptors with old Kawhi Leonard. Don't you shake your head. Don't you shake your
head. Man, don't even speak of street clothes. Street clothes. He bogus. But shout out to him. He a champion, I guess.
Yeah. He had a different role in that championship run for the Toronto Raptors, but he was the exact same player. You had a point guard in Kyle Lowry that was kind of at the tail end of his, you can call it prime, if you will, but he definitely came in and attribute the same way that he attributes
he was
now.
Automatic from three during that run.
Absolutely. His field goal percentage is a little down. It's at 39% from the field, which is crazy. It's nuts. That's regular field goals. 3-point percentage, he actually really close. I think he 36, 37%. So you can look at that. But the guy can definitely make with the 7 assists. He is a scorer. That's what he come into the league, and that's his talent. He can score the basketball, get into the basket. He is amazing in finishing around bigs, over bigs. He can shoot over anybody at the 3-point line. This guy's a magnificent scorer. He can also be a facilitator. Now, to get him over here with the money thing, it's definitely a couple things that's going to have to happen. You're going to have to do that thing with Lonzo Ball, and then you're going to have to lose one of your guns. You're going to have to lose. I'm going to just say DeMarcus. I don't want to even put Zach in y'all mind. Don't even think about Zach LaVine. You might have to lose a Patrick Williams. You might have to lose
Patrick Williams,
a Kobe
still
White.
So you good.
Might to lose a Kobe White. You're gonna have to lose somebody for a price range this high. So
do you?
It comes with a loss though. You gain and you loss.
I mean, but at this point, do you want to pivot and not be in negotiating contracts with Nick Vooch? And I'm not sure that's the type of business you want to run, though. You tell somebody that's not the type of business you want to run. You don't want to get in the business of telling people one thing and then doing another, because NBA players talk, and they definitely gonna be like, hold on, this front office, they slighted Nick Vooch. who they traded for and who played 82 games for him. They told him they was gonna get him a contract, and then they reneged on him. You can't operate in that way. But it's like I said, bro. I believe it starts with the first thing that you need to, before you even look at Fred Van Vleet, you need to get Lonzo Ball off the books. Off the books. That's step number one before anything, even if you don't want to look at Fred Van Vleet, in my opinion. But I do think that if you do bring a player of his caliber on the team, he gives you a point guard who can play make. And I think that he's going to be able to space the floor and be able to give you other things offensively and give you that space that Lonzo Ball gave DeMar DeRozan, to where DeMar DeRozan was able to operate so good in. So it's something you have to realistically look at, for real. Especially if you just can't sit on your hands and not do anything.
Yeah. Nephew, do you see this as like taking a chance, taking a leap of faith? Because if you go and you try to get this guy, you're basically going to lose some of your continuity, as they like to call it. You know, your continuity is out the window, because now you're taking other players from other teams. You're taking other players from other countries in this case. And
yes, man.
And Fred Van Vleet. So is it that much? Is it a risk or is it a chance? You know the difference between a risk and a chance.
Is risk versus reward. That's anything that happens with any NBA player, though. But the point is that, is he better than what you had last year? Yes. Can he come in and provide you something that you need? Yes. That's 3-point shooting, and you can get some playmaking. He lacks the size, but he still fills in other areas to help out with the team. Then, if you continue on with the conversation, look, during his championship run in 2019 with the Toronto Raptors, I can argue he was the third or fourth option. It was Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, and then him. It can be the same fill-in right there. You let Zach do his thing, you let DeMar do his thing, and then him. You got to be able to fill this thing out. And I think you can still get creative in other ways to try to figure this thing out, for sure. I believe you got to take a chance at him. I think the money will be difficult as long as Lonzo on the books. Even if he's off the books, we don't know what Fred Van Vleet is commanding, so it's still going to be difficult. So that's something that's what we're going to have to do.
And I want to shake this myth of him he declining the contract because he want to be a number one, following the footsteps of Jalen Brunson. He was never a number one anytime in his career. And he still ain't played enough. 19 points and 7 assists. What is this? His fifth year or something like that? 6th year?
I think he's been in that longer than that, to be honest with you.
He's not a lead dog per se. He is a very important piece to a puzzle. He's not the lead dog, but he's an important piece. And he definitely, like you said, he will help this team. They definitely will be a better overall team than they even when Patrick Beverley came at the end of the season last year. They'll be better than that, because all defensively the Bulls were pretty good without Patrick Beverley.
He's a tough point guard, so he's gonna at least give effort. He might, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna give effort, and you shouldn't really have to depend on him, especially if you run in your core with Vooch. But with Vooch, he can be a fourth or a third option.
Yeah, and then the floor spacing. You remember Patrick Beverley? Ain't nobody guard Patrick Beverley, Joe. So now you're gonna have to guard this kid because he could drop 30, he could drop 40 on you in a minute. Get him out, drop it on you.
So that's when your starting five looks really good from the 3-point line. You got Zach with a clip. You got Patrick Williams, who can give you over 40% from the 3. You got him. If you keep Nick Vooch, some way figure out how to keep Nick Vooch. You got another 3-point shooter. I mean, is it gonna be? Would this make the Bulls a NBA title contender? No, but it does make them a playoff contender for sure.
And what do you say about his playoff experience, even though he was a young player coming off the bench? Does it mean that much, or is absolutely something the Bulls can use and help them succeed next season?
Absolutely.
We just talk hypothetically if the Bulls was
absolutely. You bring in that guy because he knows what it takes to win a championship. He was a monster from the 3-point line during that run to help eclipse that championship. He was pretty much automatic, bro. That's the year he had his baby, I believe. And he came right, and he came and had that baby or something, I think sometime around the finals, and he went berserk. So, hey, I'm not saying it's going to be, the team is going to be an NBA title contender, but they can be a playoff contender. I know some people that's going to come out here and say, is that really, really enough? I don't know. I can't tell you. But hey, we just seen the AFC Miami Heat damn near shock the world. So anything is possible.
Okay, now we going. It's kind of like leaning to positive. I don't think we did that like on purpose. It was like organically. There was a lot of positives on him. Let's talk about the negatives though. He had a pretty good young team last season with Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, and a whole bunch of young lone punks on that team.
Yeah,
and it was kind of mid all season. It was kind of mid. Well, you got Pascal Siakam and Scotty Barnes. You know, people thought Scotty Barnes won Rookie of the Year, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, but at the same time, Scotty Barnes still has those offensive deficiencies that he can't create his own shot, at least from what I've seen. OG can't create his own shot. Then you had other guys, Boucher, come in. These was just all defensive guys, cutters and slashers, bro. So I can't put that much on him, but I think the biggest flaw will be his size. I think his man like 6 feet, right? If that. So you ain't getting much. You ain't getting much out of that. But I think some of the offensive things, and at least he shows effort. You see guys that are much taller than him that don't show no effort.
All right, I got another question though. What's that kid that came from San Antonio they got in the mid part of the season? The center.
Jakob Poeltl?
Yeah, Jakob Poeltl. I don't think they really hit the ground running. And Jakob Poeltl was a pretty good center. He's one of the best centers, like a top 15, top 10 center in the league. He's offensively, he can do it. Defensively, he can do it. They still play rather mid after he winded up in Toronto, actually losing to us in a play-in. So what do you think? So I'm only saying that in relative to Vooch. If we continue, we in contract negotiations, extensions, whatever it is. Does that cause for alarm in that aspect that he really couldn't take off with a guy like that? Or is Nick Vooch not a good comparison with dude?
I mean, I think it's okay, but everybody will agree, and if you don't agree, I don't know what's wrong with you. Nick Vooch is better, but the number one player on the team, the best player on the team in my eyes, is Pascal Siakam. Yeah, so, and he was supposed to be the second fiddle. You know what I'm saying? And Scotty Barnes was supposed to have an elevated role. Look, the season was mid for them, but as individuals in that play-in game, he showed up.
He showed up for sure.
He showed up. He tried. That's what you want to see. You want to see effort. And you know what I'm saying? We could point to, I think that Nick Nurse lost the locker room. That's just what it is. And I think that the roster ran its course at the same time. They wasn't, bro, it was a bunch of big ass wings acting as guards and point guards and all that. They didn't, bro, the talent was there, but the offensive execution was not there because of the deficiencies from the other players. So I can't knock him that much for that.
So if he comes on the Chicago Bulls, I think the Bulls got better players than the Toronto Raptors. You think that helps him? He'll play a more consistent and more effective game because he shot 39% from regular field goals percentage. That cannot be good. That's kind of alarming to me. You think he'll play better with better players around him? Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams.
Yeah, the starting five would be much
if they stay
better.
The same. Yeah,
if they stay, let's say the money works. Some way somehow they figured out the team will definitely be better. Yeah, because now you can get DeMar, he can go ahead and handle the ball. Zach can handle the ball early in games, and now when they dribble and penetrate, when you kick out, it's not a Patrick Beverly there anymore. It's not a Goran Dragic there anymore. I'm not trying to throw shade at you, Nigeria Nightmare, but it ain't Ayo Dosunmu always gonna be there. It's going to be a guy that's better from the three and is proven to knock it down.
Yeah, and I like him primarily holding the ball keep Zach and DeMar at a minimum taking the ball up the court,
And that's
initiating
fair.
offense.
That's
Because
fair.
and I'll have trust in that young man to handle the ball. He rarely has turnover. I don't know what
Yeah,
his
he don't do
turnovers are.
stupid stuff. He
He
don't really do stupid stuff.
don't do
You know what I'm saying?
knucklehead
For a
shit.
guy with that size. I don't look. Is it the best option? No.
No.
But it's definitely not the worst.
No,
Definitely
hell
not
no.
the worst.
Far from the worst. Come on, let's be real. I'll be very happy if we can somehow get this guy on our team, bro. He definitely gonna instantly make us a better team. I think we kind of defensive focused already, and we need to lean more towards the offense. So yeah, he'll make us a better team, man. If this thing could happen, I don't know what's the chances of it if it happening, because it is a pretty. It's gonna count. It's gonna cost some money.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that the Bulls got to work out first.
Yeah, it's a lot of pieces got to fall in place for this guy to come. But I wouldn't be mad at him at the arrival, but with the right pieces leaving, though. Let's be fair, though.
Yeah,
leave a couple.
They got some
pieces
tough
alone.
decisions to make, because I don't know if you should be willing to give up on Kobe White, because I think if you sign him, it's no way you can keep Kobe.
No, and just watching Denver win, congratulations to the Denver Nuggets winning the championship. It shows a lot of patience, bro.
Yeah,
and they the only team. They the team that use continuity, bro.
Bro.
Think about how Murray missed those 2 years with his injury. How about Michael Porter Jr. missing having all those back surgeries, and they still stuck with him. So the Bulls need to, they need to take notes, bro. Don't be quick to let go of Kobe White, because you can see the skill, you can see the talent. Don't be quick to let go of Patrick Williams. You see the skill, you see the talent. Stop just trying to shop them around, and then when you look at them and another team, you're like, damn, y'all bogus as hell for letting them go. What you mean? You want to have it both ways? No. Pick one and roll with it.
Yep. And there you have it. Anything else?
No, that's it, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what the Bulls do this all. It's coming quick too. The draft coming.
Yeah. So y'all just make sure y'all tune in all for it, man. It's definitely coming down to it. Hey, it's just good conversation, man. Fred Van Vleet, how y'all feeling about him? Let us know. Do y'all think it's realistic that do the Bulls really have a shot? I don't know. I'm gonna say because they got so much shit they got to work out first before they can go out to Fred Van Vleet, and I'm gonna end it on that. But hey, y'all already know. Subscribe here for your latest Bulls content. Go ahead and send us a voicemail or text message in at 773-242-9219. And of course, see Red. It's another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast with Bobby, and that's Unc over there. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Cognac. Gang.